Namaskar. IAS deemed to be University Jaipur welcomes you to MOOC course on retail management. We have already covered two lectures. The first lecture was on the introduction of retail and the second lecture was on the types of retail. Today we are going to do a third lecture on the understanding of retail consumer behavior. I am Dr. Aditi R. Khandelwal, Senior Assistant Professor in the Department of Business Studies. The learning outcomes of this lecture are to develop basic understanding of consumer buying behavior, to understand the reasons for studying consumer behavior, then to understand the factors that affect consumer behavior in retail. I am sure all of you would agree that when women see discount and buy products which they don't even need, or buy products which they need only when the sale is there, while men are willing to pay anything extra for the products that they want, but they would rather skip going to the stores when there are sales. So you can see that there is a basic difference between how men and women perceive the things. I am not saying that any of them is right or wrong, but they are correct in their own perspectives. So women have to take care of the whole household. They have to take care even of the people who might just drop into their houses and they need to give them some product or the other. So they eagerly wait for the discounts to be there and sometimes buy the products, keeping in mind the people, the unexpected guests that arrive in their houses. Now, there are certain important considerations for retailer and a producer. So, these are the reasons as to why a retailer needs to understand the psyche or the behavior of the consumer. So, what customers perceive about the product, how customers buy, place and timing of shopping, mode of payment, demographics as to who are their target customers. Are they male, female, or who are they? Then influences upon them like family, friends, anyone else, personal factors like attitudes, beliefs, motivations, etc. Why study consumer behavior? To understand the needs of the consumers so that they can produce the goods which can be successful in the market. So I'm sure all of you must have heard the phrase, consumer is the king. So in marketing, everything starts from the consumer. So a retailer needs to understand the consumer first and then create his offering. Marketing strategy is formed after knowing the buying behavior of the consumers. Then it also helps in determining the channel of communication with the consumer, which depends upon what a consumer wants to know and the area that they want to cater to. So imagine that you are selling products for women. Where would you advertise them? Would you advertise them in industrial journals or would you advertise in the journals like Women's Era? Yes, you're correct. You would like to, it would be much better, it would rather appropriate to advertise the products related to women in magazines. But when it comes to contemporary times, the best could be if it is a product like a nail paint or a lipstick or cosmetics. The best way to advertise or the best channel for advertising could be TV. The payment process, how the consumer wants to make payment for the product. You remember those times when demonetization happened? Even the smallest of the thelawalas, they had started accepting Paytm. Post-purchase behavior. How do people behave once they buy the product? Now you might have seen that earlier people used to buy the product and if it used to break down, they would go and get it repaired. But nowadays, use and throw kind of a psyche is more there, and people like to replace the product if the product is not working properly. Factors influencing the retail buying decision. So what makes people buy or make the purchase decision in retail? These are range of merchandise, convenience of shopping at a particular outlet, socio-economic background and culture, and the stage in family life cycle. So the first is range of merchandise. Range of merchandise means the kind of variety that you have been exposed to. So I am sure the people who live in tier 2 or tier 2 3 cities, if they go to any tier 1 city and they see, like in Delhi, Mumbai, you see the kind of merchandise that is offered in the stores, when you come back to your city, you do not like the kind of offerings which are there. You always feel that there are lesser quantity, lesser variety, so you don't like it. This is exactly what this point is saying. Range of merchandise, very important when new product is to be bought. Products like durables, books, music, clothes and other lifestyle products are very important regarding range of merchandise. If once a customer has been exposed to different brands and goods, then in future he wants those products and that variety he has seen once. Convenience of shopping at a particular outlet. Importance, it is important in case of groceries, fruits, chemists and near the doctors. So convenience of shopping at a particular place means, I'll give you an example. There are certain traditional houses, and generally when evolution happens, and there were smaller areas in which families used to live, everything was nearby, and then because the families grew, the families had to move out of the area where they used to live. Generally, like cities in Jaipur, you would find the Char Diwali. So people have moved out of the four walls area, but still they want to buy their groceries from the same parchuni wala or the grocery seller who used to sell them at that time. So so that is convenience of shopping at a particular place. Sometimes women feel that a distant salon, they only like particular service of a salon and a particular person in the salon, so they are ready to travel for 2 hours, 1 hour, and then get the haircut done and get the services availed. So that is about convenience of shopping at a particular outlet. Then we have time to travel. These days, time to travel has become a very important factor. So people have become more practical now. In olden times, people used to go, they would only buy the products from particular outlet. But nowadays, most important thing is time to travel, because everybody in the house is working or either going to school, college, or they are working professionals. So time to travel has become very important. Now people like to buy the products from the places which are near to their offices or to their homes. The next is socio-economic background or culture. It defines a person's lifestyle as to which product he uses and where he buys it from, what he eats and what he wears. Over here we have a number of influences like family, reference groups and culture. The next is the stage of family life cycle. Family life cycle refers to the emotional and intellectual stages that one person passes through from childhood to one's retirement years as a member of a family. The life stages are independent, bachelor, coupling or marriage, parenting, babies through adolescence, launching adult children and retirement or senior years. So, let's take an example again. Now, if two youngsters are talking about something, what do you think they would be talking about? They would be most probably talking about the latest trends in fashion, or they would be talking about the latest movies, latest apps and things like that. But if two oldies are talking, what do you think they would be discussing? Any idea? They would be talking about the hospitals and the ailments, because that is their life cycle, that is their life stage. So this is the consumer, the retailer also has to understand who are their target customers and what exactly do they want and at what family life cycle they are into. Then we have social factors. Social factors pertain to family, reference group and things like that. Thank you. We would meet in the next lecture.